So today's service is Lambda service. I will start with the Lambda here, right? What is a Lambda function, first of all? So from here, I will start. So I just saved my time to rebuild all these structures. Okay, so I'm just starting with the Lambda function. So recently, Lambda becoming a popular AWS service, and it's a serverless service. And what is the main purpose of the service? You can run code in Lambda without provisioning any server. Means you have not to provision as any EC2 instance, you have not to provision any server, but without servers, you can have a program, you can run the program. So we have a number of characteristics. Before understanding actually the serverless, we need to understand what AWS Lambda is, and we have to understand what serverless architecture is all about. Actually, serverless application in general are applications that don't require any provisioning of server to run the code. So when you run a serverless application, you get the benefit of not worrying about any operating system. You have not to worrying about the patching. You have not worrying about the scaling of the servers that you would have to consider when you run your applications on a physical server on a virtual machine. So serverless application or the platform have some characteristics. So these are the 4 characteristics. Number 1, no server management is required, flexible scaling, no idle capacity, and it's highly available. It's highly available, right? So by default, it's highly available. And a serverless application have several components. These are the components like compute component, API, storage, inter-process messaging, and orchestration. Compute means when you run a program in Lambda, you always allocate some compute resources. Means you allocate some RAM as well as a CPU. So in Lambda, CPU as well as the RAM, both are proportionate to each other. So as a cloud provider, AWS offers the services that can be used for each of these components that I'm just talking about here, right? So Lambda, one thing is very clear, the Lambda is a service which allows you to execute the code in a serverless manner. And as we already discussed, the Lambda is a serverless, and we know that every program or the code requires some compute resources to execute the code. Therefore, it is very important to know about how much compute resources are being provided and how much RAM is providing for the smooth operation. Because in the compute, in the component, the first component is the compute. So one thing is very clear. I already spoke about the use of memory and CPU power in AWS Lambda are proportionate. Means you will allocate only RAM. You will not allocate CPU because both are proportionate to each other. But let's say one more thing, how much RAM is to be provided. As I told you, the CPU and RAM are proportionate to each other, right? Each other. So this is the one thing. So you need to provide only RAM. So we need to allocate the RAM to run the program. We need to allocate RAM to execute the program. So program you will run, and that will run without a server, but you need to allocate RAM to run the program. So how much minimum RAM you can provide? So minimum 128 RAM and maximum 10 GB you can provide to run the code. And if the function is small, I think 128 is enough. But the maximum, if you're just dealing with a big application, the 10 GB is 10 GB maximum you can provide. And second, also in addition, you can also select the duration in seconds for which the code will run. Okay, it means you have an option to select the code runtime that can vary between a few seconds to few minutes. So means you will also allocate you will also allocate TTL time to run the program. What is a TTL? TTL is a time to live. Just understand that TTL is time to live. So time to live means this is the maximum time you are allocating to run the program. For example, you have a program and that would take approximately, let's say, 25 seconds. Let's say, assume that takes approximately 25 seconds to complete it, but you have no idea how much time exactly it will take to complete the program. So you will allocate some TTL, and the TTL must be larger. Let's say the TTL you are providing 40 seconds or 50 seconds you are providing. Let's say you are providing the 50 seconds. So AWS will not charge for the TTL, right? AWS only will charge for the time of execution. So let's say the time of execution is 25 seconds. So AWS will only charge for the 25 seconds. The TTL is the maximum time. In this particular time, your program must be completed. So it's a time to live, right? If your program doesn't complete in this TTL time, so it means the Lambda function will not run, the Lambda function will die. Lambda function will die, it will not run. So very important. So the TTL is the maximum time. In this time, your program must be completed. Actually, when you calculate calculation of pricing in Lambda, so two factors comes in picture. Number one, the compute resources and time to execution. So we will come on that. So this is the one thing. Second, so I'm just going to take some use cases, and you are just going to understand where exactly Lambda can use, where exactly in what some cases we can use Lambda. Let's say this is the one case I'm just taking, the case one. For example, you have an application. So let's say on this server you have some application is running, and number of users are using this application from the internet, and they are just uploading some, let's say, files. Maybe they are just uploading some pictures. So if they are uploading some pictures, so this application does support almost every format of pictures to accept pictures from users, means PNG format, JPG format, and other format as well, right? And this application integrates whatever you are just uploading. Means this application is receiving all the pictures. But ultimately, because if you are receiving the pictures in a different format, but our program wants to store or in our storage, we want to store all the pictures in a JPG format. We want to store all the pictures in a JPG format. We have in a PNG format, we have some RRF format, we have some other format like JPG format or XYZ, other formats we have. So what we are doing, we are running a Lambda function here. So this is a Lambda. So in this we have a program. In this we have a program. Let's say this is a program. Let's say this is the program we have, and this program is responsible to convert pictures, all picture files into JPG format, right? Format. So this is a program, and this program may be written in some your popular languages. So let's say this is the program. So this program is provided to the Lambda to run. So as this application receives some file, let's say this application, this user sends some picture here. This user sends some pictures here. For example, this picture is uploaded by this user here, and as this picture is uploaded, this Lambda function will come in picture. Lambda will receive this picture, and according to the program, this program is basically linked with the Lambda, and according to this program, the Lambda will convert this picture into JPG format and it will be stored here. So all the pictures will automatically be converted into the JPG format to stored in the bucket. So you will have a consistency about the picture's name or the picture's format, right? So this will happen automatically. This will happen automatically. So this is the kind of a work that you can do with the Lambda function. So another use case we can also take, the Lambda can also be used between the two services. The Lambda can also be used between the two services. Let's say we have a one service and we have a second service here. We have a second service. So the service one output is considered as an input for Lambda. The service one output is considered as an input to the Lambda, and the Lambda will execute the code to just convert that incoming from the service one, and it will send to the service two this output. So means the one thing is very clear, जो यहाँ से आ रहा है उसको ले रहा है और उसको convert करके दूसरी सर्विस को दे रहा है. So again, you are running some code on this. You are running some program on this Lambda, right? So and third case, let's say I'm just taking the case of the crawler. The crawler means I'm just take the case of data analytics. Let's say the users are uploading some data. The users are uploading some data. The data could be in a structured format. It could be unstructured format, but some data is there. Some information is there. So this information is uploaded here. This information is uploaded in the bucket by users. So as this information is uploaded on this bucket, so this event notification will trigger, and this crawler will work. This glue crawler will work. And this is basically the sending some accessible format data to the Lambda, and the Lambda will run the program, and it will store your data in some accessible format. It will store your data in some accessible format. So the Lambda always comes in picture in between the services or between the functions, and it is basically doing some task. So, right. So ultimately you have a program, and you are running that program. So one more thing I'm just taking, I think you can more precisely understand about system administration, because you all people are from the system administration side. And I think you can better understand what I'm just taking and talking about here. So can you see the case number 4, guys? Okay, now see, this is the case number 4. This is the case number 4. Assume that in your AWS infrastructure, let's say you have 100 servers, right? You have 100 number of servers, and these servers are running. You have 100 servers, or let's say you have 500 servers. I did right here, the 500 servers. You have the 500 servers, and these 500 servers are running in different and various regions. Various regions means these are not running in a one region. These servers are running in a different and various regions. So what your team is asking to just take these servers snapshot on a regular basis. Means every day you have to take the snapshot of all these servers, because at the end of the day, the one practice to be done, you will take the snapshot of all these servers, and you will delete the older snapshots. Okay, so this is the requirement you have. So let's say these are the servers you have. These are the servers you have, right? These are the servers, and you want to take the snapshot of all these servers. So these servers will be considered as an input for the Lambda function. So let's say this is your input. This is what? This is the input. Basically, this is the input, or you can say this is a kind of an input for you, right? So these servers are the input. So in this Lambda, what you're doing, you are providing one program here, and this program to take the snapshot of all instances running various regions programs, and the program is written in Python. So as I told you, Lambda is a service in AWS which does support almost every popular language. So it does support, let's say, Go, Python, Node, Node.js, .NET, right? PHP, many other programs, many other languages, like Ruby, etc. So all these languages are supported by Lambda. So you can write program or you can execute program in any popular language, right? Not only this, you can also, if you have an image, you can also create a container. You can manage your containers through the Lambda. So this is a big thing. So let's say let's say your team. What team? You have a programmer team, you have a programming team. So the programming team did write a program. And this program is responsible to take the snapshot of all these servers, right? And these snapshots are stored in a various regions. So this is basically the output. What is the output? The snapshots. So you want to take the snapshot of all these servers. So this is the programs. The program is written in Python, and you need to just run through the Lambda. So, and you want to run a particular scheduled time. If you want to run on a particular scheduled time, let's say you want to run this program every day 6 o'clock. So this kind of a scheduling can also be done here, right? But one thing is there, when you run this program, you need to provide some compute resources. You need to provide some compute resources to, means you will allocate some RAM and you will allocate some time as well. So let's say you are allocating RAM some. As I told you, minimum 128 and maximum 10 GB RAM can be provided. It depends on the size of the program. Let's say the size of the program is less and you are providing, let's say 512 MB RAM. Let's say, I don't know how much RAM is provided. So let's say you are providing 512 MB RAM. You are providing the 512 MB RAM. But AWS will not charge for the allocated RAM. AWS Lambda will charge how much RAM is being used. How much RAM is being used. जितना RAM use करेगा उसका charge लेगा. जितना RAM allocate कर रहे हैं उसका charge नहीं लेगा, right? So the allocated RAM is a 512 MB RAM, and maybe consumed RAM is very less as compared to the 512. So it will only charge for the consumed RAM. Okay, by the way. And a second is, you need to provide some time to execute. So how much time this program will take to complete. So as I told you, TTL will be provided. Let's say you are saying the 500 servers are there and it will take approximately 5 minutes. So you are providing the 5 minute here, right? So you are providing the 5 minutes. Means this is estimated time from your side. Maybe this task can be covered in 1 minute. This task can be covered in 2 minutes. It depends. But you allocated the maximum time, the 5 minutes. Means this is the maximum time. This is called the TTL time to live. But it will not charge for the TTL time. It will charge only for the time of execution. Next is Lambda is a one service, right? And EC2 is another service. So if the Lambda wants to take the snapshot of all these services, so Lambda service will take a permission to take the snapshot of these EC2 instances, right? The Lambda is seeking a permission to take the snapshot of EC2 instances. So that permission is an IAM role. So you will create an IAM role for EC2. You will create an IAM role for Lambda with EC2 permission, and you will attach that role with the Lambda, and then it will run and it will just take and it will store your the snapshots here. So all these are the snapshots. So I need to write here. These are basically snapshots, right? And these are the snapshots. So these are the instances, and you are gonna take a snapshot of these instances. And what is needed? So the very first of all, you need a program. Number one, you need a program. Okay. Secondly, you will allocate some compute resources. Okay. Third, you will allocate time to live. Okay. Fourth, you will attach a role for Lambda here. Okay. And then these are the some instances. So when you run this program, so jitne bhi machines honge, unke snapshots yahan par aa jayenge automatically. So this kind of a task you can do, and this task is known as orchestration, right? Orchestration. So काफी चीजों के लिए यूज होता है ये. So Lambda can be linked with any task that you want to automate. If you want to automate the task, the Lambda can be used. The only thing is you must have a program to run on the Lambda, right? So you do not read. So, but people will say, sir, हमारे पास EC2 instance है already, and we can run program in EC2 instances. Then why we need Lambda? So why we are just making our life so complex? So if we already have EC2 instances and we know that we can run our programs in EC2 instances, number one, in Lambda, you are running short life programs. जो प्रोग्राम आपने, फॉर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू रन अ प्रोग्राम इन 1 minute और 2 minute और 3 minute, 1 minute चल के बंद हो जाएगा, 2 minute चल के बंद हो जाएगा, इस तरह के प्रोग्राम. So such kind of a programs you want to create, you want to run, right? Secondly, as compared to EC2 instances, Lambda is very cheaper. Lambda is very cheaper. Because as you know that if you create any EC2 instance in AWS, so that cost you around $25 to $30 per month. Am I correct or not? $25 से $30 आपको हर महीने देने पड़ेंगे. You have to give $25 to $30 every month to run your instance. But Lambda is very cheaper as compared to the price of EC2 instance. So this is the major advantage, and you can run the program multiple times and you have not to manage EC2 instance. Why for every execution you will create EC2 instance? It is not required. Even for automation, Lambda is very powerful, right? So now I'm just talking about the pricing. As I told you, the resource we are using to run the code, means you can provide the RAM. भाई कितना RAM चाहिए program चलाने के लिए? You need a 128 MB, maybe you need a 1 GB, maybe you need a 512 MB RAM, up to maximum 10 GB you can give. It depends on the size of the program. Secondly, time of execution. It may be, your program may be completed in 10 seconds, maybe in 40 seconds, maybe in 1 minute, maybe in 2 minutes, and a maximum 15 minutes you can give. How much? Maximum 15 minutes you can give. 15 minutes is an incredible time. It's a very big time. Okay. Now, and one more thing, which is the most important. This line is the most important. Lambda does charge prices on the basis of millisecond. Lambda second के लिए charge नहीं करता. Lambda is not charging for second. Lambda is charging for millisecond, for every millisecond. And you know that 1 second is equal to 1000 millisecond. How much? 1 second is equal to 1000 millisecond, and Lambda is charging for every millisecond. Just try to understand. Right. So we will calculate and we will come to know. So I think this diagram, if the diagram is clear, so I will take this lab. So you please let me know, did you understand this lab or not? If you understood this lab, so I want to just, simulate this lab. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, Sanjay.
Right. So first of all, let me see that program. वो program कहाँ है जो EC2 instances का snapshot लेता है. So I'm just seeking that program, and the program is written in Python. And definitely you will not write this program. Your team will write this program, right? So yeah, great. This is the program. Yeah, this is the program. So this program is written in Python 3.7. Python 3.7. And this program will seek your servers in every region. And if server found, it will take the snapshot of this server. Snapshot किसका लिया जाता है? So you take a snapshot of EBS volume. So this is the program. This is a very half-page program, right? This is a very simple program. So it will go one by one to all regions. It will find EC2 instances. If EC2 instance is existing, it will take the snapshot of that EBS volume. That's all, nothing else, right? Simple. So this program you need to run. And you must have some programs. You must have some EC2 instances to take the backup. So पहले तो मैं AWS में login कर लेता हूँ. Let me log in AWS. Okay, here we go. Here we go, and wow, security check, they means their own, just remove. MFA is not removed because I applied MFA on my account. So this is done. So here we go. So this is my AWS account and I'm in North Virginia. So first of all, just start EC2 service. In EC2 service, let's say I have two instances, right? I have two instances, but none of them is started. You go to the instances. And first of all, you start these instances. So start these instances. I'm starting these instances. So I have two instances. And how many snapshots do you see? Let's say these are the two snapshots, and these two snapshots belongs to AMIs. See, ये पहले से ही जो snapshots है ना, ये AMI के snapshots है, right? So we have the two snapshots, and these are the AMI snapshots. And we have two instances. These are the two instances we have. So let's say I have these two instances, my AWS. So I want to just give a demonstration. So will it take automatically backup or not of these instances? You go and just open the duplicate session and just start Lambda. Just write Lambda. But before starting the Lambda, as I told you, according to that, you have to you have to create a role, right? It is a number 4. You have to create a role. You need to create a role for Lambda with EC2 instance access permission, right? So you go back and again, just duplicate it. And here just start IAM. Here just start IAM. IAM. Okay. Is it started? Good. So first of all, we are just going to create a role. So left hand side, we have a role. Just write. We don't have that role ready made. We have to create a role. You just click on a create role, go to AWS service, and we have a Lambda here. And if you don't have the Lambda, you can seek the Lambda from the list of the services, right? So by default, the Lambda is there. You just click on next and the permission. So what permission? EC2 full access permission, enter, EC2 enter. And we have EC2 full access permission. So this is the permission we have, right? EC2 full access permission. Good. Go down and just click on next. You need to provide the name of the role. Let's say NK role, a role for Lambda, NK role for Lambda. Let's say this is, or you can just write the date also, 6 May. So this is basically the role name, right? And just go down, and the permission is already been attached. Just go and create the role. The role is done. This is the role name. And what was the role name? This is the role. You can see the role is created, very simple. And I come back now, Lambda. So we already started EC2. In EC2, we have two machines are running. You go back to the Lambda, and we have a program also here, right? We also have a program here. So number of things that we need to provide. You go to create a function. First of all, we have 4 tiles here. Just understand that we have 4 tiles here, first of all. So we need to start everything from scratch. And secondly, if you have a blueprint, you can just take a blueprint to take the blueprint of program. So incredible. So these are some ready-made blueprint, but I'm not going to use any blueprint. So this is the Kinesis Firehouse, Cloud Modified Response Header, S3 Get Object Python, Kinesis Analytics Output. So for data analytics, for machine learning, and these are the number of pages we have, right? And every page you have approximately 10 programs. So you can say this is the next page. This is the next page. So almost 50 blueprints you have. Incredible, right? So you please see all these. If suits your program, suits your requirements, you can directly choose. And can you see all these are written in either Node.js, Python, right? These are written in different languages. It's in Python 3.7. It's in Python Lex, right? Okay, so, and what about the container images? If you have a container images, you can provide the container images to run containers. And then last, if you have a program and the program is in some application repository, you can provide the path of the repository to fetch the program, right? You can provide here. So these are some ready-made links you can use. And if you have a private application, you can just click on a private application, and you can also upload the private application to access it from here. And these are the public applications. These are the public application, and a very long list we have, right? We have a very long list. I can also take a hello world from here to execute the program to just run the test. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just selecting author from scratch. सबसे पहला वाला option ले रहा हूं because I have a program, and I will share this program with you also. No worry. So at the end of this class, I will share the program. So you can also try in your AWS account the same thing. The same thing you can do in your AWS account. So let's say I'm taking author from scratch. You need to write the name of the function. Let's say nk my function. Okay. Let's say this is nk my function. And what language you are selecting? If you open, you have number of languages. You have .NET 6, .NET Core, Go, Java. I forgot Java. Java also is supported by Lambda, right? Node.js, Python, Ruby, Go. And we have the different versions of Python. So what I'm doing, I'm just using Python 3.7 because my program was written for Python 3.7, right? So Python 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. So these 3 versions are there in Python, which is being supported by Lambda here. So I'm taking Python 3.7. Okay. Now, what about the role? Yes, here we go. So what was the role? So you can just go and just see existing role. I just created a role few minutes back, and the role name was NK role for Lambda 6 May. This was the role I just created. Hello guys, this was the role. So this is the role in the list of roles. You select the role. So without the role, it will not execute. The role is very important in IAM role. So in IAM. So you selected IAM role here. Now just go and create the function. The function is created, but still you didn't provide any program to run. So this is the function, and this is your IDE. Okay, so this is development environment, integrated development environment. And what you will do, you will remove this code here, Lambda function, because you have a program. You have a program here. So what you will do, you will copy this program, each and every line of this program very neatly. You will copy, Control C, you go back and you will paste the program here, Control V, you will paste the program. Wow, you pasted the program successfully. Did you see that? You pasted the program, right? And once you pasted the program, you will click on deploy. It will test if there is any code error. If there is any code error, it will show you. So you deploy it. You can see on the top, successful updated the function so nk my function. So this has been deployed. Now, second thing is configuration. Configuration means you didn't provide yet RAM and TTL. So you have to provide the RAM and TTL to run this program. You need to provide the computer resources to this program. So you go to configuration here. So this is the general configuration, right? If you are in some another, so you will click on general configuration. You will find the general configuration here. Now you can click on edit and write the name of the description. Let's say my general configuration. So if you want to give some underscore sign, this is good. Okay, this is done. And how much RAM is being provided? अब मुझे नहीं पता 128 चाहिए, I don't know. 128 is needed, 512 is needed, 1 GB is needed. I don't know. I don't know, right? So, but the program is half-page program. That program, of course, is a very small program. And this program is responsible to take the snapshot of all your instances running in various regions. So let's say I'm taking 512, 512 le liya. I took 512 MB RAM, right? And what about the existing role? Role is this, and this is the timeout. This is the timeout is TTL. How much time this program can take, maximum time can take to complete? मुझे नहीं मालूम. So what I did, I took, let's say, 50 seconds. Right? I took 50 seconds. अगर ये प्रोग्राम 50 सेकंड में कंप्लीट नहीं होता है तो ये चलेगा नहीं. So you have to increase this time. So I took 50 seconds, right? But AWS will not charge for 50 seconds. जितनी देर ये चलेगा उतने seconds के, उतने milliseconds के charge करेगा. Now you go and save this. So the configuration is saved. So the configuration, the 512 MB and 50 seconds you did provide, and this is the code. This is the code you have, right? Very nice. So almost every important information you provided the code, you linked the IAM role, and you configured, you provided the computer resources to run the program. सब कुछ हो गया. अब program execute करना है. You need to execute the program, right? So if you need to execute the programs, you will click on this red button, orange color button, test. Click on test. पहली बार कर रहे हो, so it will ask for event. So let's say you just go down and just save. And if the event name is not provided, you can just write my event 01. Okay, you can just provide the event and it will run. And now अब दोबारा से my test को, इस test को click करो, and this program will execute. This program will run. Now as you click on this test, you can see this program is executing. This program is executing. और मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं इतनी देर में, मुश्किल से 4-5 सेकंड बात करूंगा, and this program will be completed. It will be finished. It is done. It has been finished. So this is the function log. क्या किया इसने? ये पहले it checked the region, this region, this region, this region, this region, this region, सारे region एक एक करके इसने check किए. But it did find 2 instances in US East 1. इसने 2 instances को पाया US East 1 में. Now it is taking the backup of these 2 instances. Can you see? Now Lambda function is taking the backup of these 2 instances. Now backing up. this is the volume, this is the volume. So you will have two snapshots, right? And this line is a very important. So duration कितना लगा, कितना provide किया था आपने, और कितना time इसको लगा, ये information it is provided. So let's say I'm deleting all this stuff from here, and this is the information is provided. This is the information is provided. So what is the information? वो कहता है आपने 50,000 milliseconds दिए. 50 seconds means, so 50 seconds means 50,000 millisecond. Am I correct or not? 50,000 milliseconds. You provided the 50,000 milliseconds, but the duration, जो इसको duration लगा ना, वो इतना लगा 11,457.45. So AWS will charge only for approximately 11 second. करीब 11 second का charge आपसे लेगा, 50 second के नहीं लेगा, right? And secondly, memory you provided 512 MB RAM, but the consumed memory is 91. Consume कितना किया इसने? 91. और आपने allocate कितना किया था? 512. So it will charge for the minimum slab. It will charge for the minimum slab 128 का है. 0 to 128 पर 128 का आपको payment करना पड़ेगा. So how much you will pay? You go there and just write here AWS Lambda pricing. You go to AWS Lambda pricing, and we have a Lambda pricing here. And if you see, this is the charge. कहता है कि up to 128, this much of charge you will pay for every millisecond. Dollars में है ये. Point के बाद 8 zeros are there. After this point, 8 zeros are there, and then 2 1. Can you believe this? So this much you will pay. This much you will pay. Let me see. Control Z. No, this is not a good idea. So I'm just taking the snipping. Let's say I'm just taking this one and I'm pasting here. So this is your charge sheet. 128 का इतना पैसा, 512 का इतना पैसा per millisecond, and 1 GB का इतना पैसा per millisecond. And how much milliseconds did you use? 11,457. So it's very simple. You will pay this amount for every millisecond, right? So the total amount for a month time, how many times you will run this program in a month? Of course 30 times. Yes or no? भाई एक महीने में इस प्रोग्राम को कितनी बार चलाओगे? रोज अगर एक बार चलाते हो तो 30 बार चलाओगे. For example, let's say you run 30 times, right? And how much milliseconds? 11,458 milliseconds build duration, and you will pay this much of dollar per milliseconds, and you will run this program 30 times in a month. अब कैलकुलेट करो आप महीने के कितने पैसे दोगे. So let's say calculator I'm taking, थोड़ा सा absurd है, मतलब बहुत ही कम वो आएगा. ये 11,458 and into 30. Wow. So this much of amount you will pay. This much of amount you will pay, right? In dollars, of course. अब यार इसको अगर रुपए में भी कन्वर्ट करोगे तो भी ये करीब जीरो ही आएगा. कितना पैसा दे रहे हो आप? अगर इस प्रोग्राम को 30 बार चलाते, if you run this program 30 times in a month, you are paying 0.000721 blah blah. right? 0.7, 0.0007, 3 times 0, then the 7. Even if you multiply with the 75, तो भी कितना आएगा? 1 रुपया भी नहीं आएगा. So this service charges, the total charges you will pay. These are total charges to run the program. The total charges to run the program for a month. अब इसकी जगह अब ये करीब 0 अमाउंट आ रहा है, बहुत ही कम अमाउंट आ रहा है. अगर इसकी जगह if instead of this, if you would have used EC2 instance, so for EC2 instance every month you will pay approximately $30. कहां पर $30, कहां पर $0? So which service honestly you will recommend? Which service you will recommend? Your EC2 instance or Lambda? Of course Lambda you will run, because Lambda is cheaper. Lambda is used for orchestration. Lambda is used for automation. Lambda can be used between the services. Lambda has many other advantages as well. So you will use a Lambda here, right? Is it clear everyone or not? कुछ समझ में आया ये जो मैंने बताया इतना लंबा? So for last 1 hour I'm just speaking and I'm just trying to explain. So
Yes, sir.
did you get this? And
Yes,
I will share that program, right? And you can do also this. Acha, now I want to tell you, because now you will have 2 additional snapshots, right? मेरे पास अभी पहले कितने snapshots थे? 2 snapshots थे. So now I'm on a EC2 dashboard. Just go to snapshots and you can see this time we have 4 snapshots. This time we have 4 snapshots. Can you see? And this snapshot is created by Lambda, and this snapshot also is created by Lambda. So very specifically, it is very specifically defined in the description. So these 2 snapshots are created by Lambda. So this way, अगर 500 सर्वर भी होते तो 500 snapshots automatically अलग-अलग region में बन गए होते, right? So this is the one thing that you can do your own, and we can write one more program to delete older snapshot. भाई अगर रोज 500 snapshots इकट्ठे करोगे तो ढेर लग जाएगा, आप खुद कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे कि which snapshot is a new, which snapshot is a older. So we can write one more program which is responsible, or which will responsible to delete the older snapshot. Let's say if the snapshot is older than 2 days, it will delete snapshot. Every snapshot has a date. Every snapshot has a date. If you go here and you can see that this is the detail. Can you see the detail of the snapshot? This is a snapshot ID. This is the size of the snapshot. And this is the date. This is the date and time of the snapshot. So on the basis of this information, you can delete older snapshot. तो एक program और चलाना पड़ेगा which can delete older snapshots. So you have not to do all these things manually. आपको manual काम नहीं करना है, right? But the program is needed for that. So now what I'm doing, these 2 snapshots are not needed anymore, because these 2 snapshots are consuming space in my S3. So I'm deleting these snapshots. Go and delete the snapshot. These were only for the practice. Do you have any question before I'm deleting it? Do you have any question, please? I'm deleting it. No? Okay, good. So I'm deleting it. Good. I deleted it. So now we have 2 snapshots, and these 2 snapshots belongs to these 2 AMIs. And we have 2 machines. So these 2 machines are not needed anymore. So I can stop these machines. अगर machine stopped भी होंगी तब भी वो snapshot ले लेगा. मतलब machine को चलाने की जरूरत नहीं है. There is no need to start the machine. Even if the machine is in a stopped state, it will take the snapshot, right? So I'm just stopping these instances. I just simulated कि जिस तरह से होता है. अच्छा, one more thing. Let's say this is a program. So you executed this program manually, right? You executed this program manually. You executed this Lambda program manually. Agar if somebody is asking, this program should run automatically 6 o'clock evening every day. अपने आप 6 बजे चल जाना चाहिए, शाम को 6 बजे चल जाना चाहिए. Every day evening 6 o'clock, this program should run automatically. What you will do? How you can schedule the program? How you can schedule the execution of the program? और ये इंटरव्यू में पूछा जा सकता है. How you can schedule the execution of the program? So there is a one more service. The service name is Event Bridge. Let me just write Event Bridge. Event Bridge. Let me see. This is what Event Bridge. Very good. This is the Event Bridge. So the Event Bridge is used to schedule the program. So I'm just writing this information. Event Bridge is used to run program on a scheduled time. And interval दोनों, interval and time, right? और इसको जोड़ दिया जाएगा इससे. You can run this. This is the additional thing. So you go there and just write, let's say, Event Bridge. So this is the Event Bridge service. You go to the Event Bridge, create a rule. इसमें rule create करते हैं. You just write the name of the rule. Rule 1, let's say Lambda execution, right? And event bus is default. You go to schedule, you go to next, and here you can schedule on a particular rate or particular date. यहाँ पे क्रोन से भी कर सकते हो. So मिनट कितने होंगे? डेली चलना है, मंथली चलना है, डे ऑफ वीक चलना है, ईयरली चलना है. You must know that. अगर नहीं है तो यहां से भी क्लियर कर सकते हो. You can write a program as well, right? So, but what is the best one? You select the schedule here. And schedule that such as every in 24 hours or in a day, one time. एक दिन में एक बार चलेगा ये, right? दिन में एक बार चलेगा. और अगर टाइम देना है कितने बजे चलेगा? मिनट्स 00, hours 18 hours, day of month every day, month every month, day of week every, and year all years. That's all. Asterisk. Done. मतलब रोज शाम को 6 बजे चल जाएगा प्रोग्राम. And just next it. You can just next invalid cron, next trigger date. कहाँ गड़बड़ कर दी यार? Minutes 00, 18 and month. Okay. Asterisk तो ठीक था. Day of month cannot be empty. Invalid 18 hours. 18 hours means 6 o'clock. Next 10 trigger dates. I don't know कहाँ पे गड़बड़ है. ये तो सही लग रहा था मुझे. Minutes 00, it should be 00. Day of months daily, because I'm just looking for daily. Or let's say you're taking the 7th Sunday hota hai. I'm just taking daily. All months, all days, all years. Years you can provide. Invalid cron expression. क्यों आ रहा है? It's saying the fine-grained schedule time that specify such as 8 a.m. 6 p.m. will run the same. पता नहीं, but ये मेरे अकॉर्डिंग तो ठीक ही है. ये मेरे अकॉर्डिंग तो ठीक है कि every day on 18th hours, शाम को 6 बजे होता है ना 18th hours. So you run for this year 22 day of week, all day of week, month, days, and this, and it should run. Okay, hours. You can run a cron. Cron, for example, if you're just facing some problem in the cron, write a cron. Write a cron D. Cron D. Job online. 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 तो ये रहा. cron tab generator आ रहा है. देखते हैं. ये आ गया देखो. Minutes. For example, I'm taking minutes 0, hours 18 hours, days. This is okay. ये आ गया. Asterisk यही तो डाला था मैंने. Invalid. Okay, बाद में देखेंगे इसको. Maybe some other. But this event bridge can be used, right? It's not a part of the syllabus, but मैं एक additional information के लिए बता रहा हूँ. I'm just telling you for the additional information. If you want to schedule the automatic execution of the Lambda function, you will choose event bridge. इसमें rule बना के और cron D बना देंगे, and it will execute the function automatically on the defined time and the defined frequency as well, right? So this can be done easily. So by the way, I'm just sharing this stuff with you. I'm sharing this stuff.
Hello.
Hello, हाँ जी बताइए.
So this is RP Kumar. Sir, one question. Sir, Lambda is a functionless service, right? Sorry, serverless service.
Yes.
So, sir, why we are using EC2 instance?
अरे भैया EC2 इंस्टेंस के लिए तो फॉर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू रन वेब एप्लीकेशन. ये तो प्रोग्राम जो चलेगा, ये तो दिस प्रोग्राम विल रन फॉर 1 मिनट 2 मिनट फॉर 10 सेकंड 30 सेकंड्स. तो आपने जो अपनी वेब एप्लीकेशन चलानी है वो कोई सेकंड्स में मिनट में चलानी नहीं है, वो तो 24 आवर्स नॉन स्टॉप चलेगी. इफ यू वांट टू रन योर प्रोग्राम्स नॉन स्टॉप फॉर 24 आवर्स all the days, in that case the Lambda will not work. In that case the EC2 instance will work, right? Correct or not?
Correct, sir.
And now we need to delete this Lambda function as well. Once it is done, and if you want to delete the Lambda function, what you will do, you go back to the function, select the function, just go to action and delete the function, right?